bevo.com.
There's been a lot of talks that sort of charisma is one of the sort of key things within that all leaders have. But then it seems a little bit overused, that term. And what's your thoughts on charisma?
Yeah, we've got to be careful with this word charisma, because the notion of leadership and charisma has got linked to certain characteristics, which I deplore. They're linked with the characteristics of being white, middle-aged, middle-class men. And so, if you ask, for example, a group of MBA students to give some examples of good leadership, they would invariably refer to Americans, white, middle-class, male Americans, who jump up and down and leap around because they have charisma. We need to get rid of that model. Gandhi is a great leader. Quite the opposite to, shall we say, Bill Gates. Quite the opposite to Richard Branson. Leadership is always derived from people's personal qualities. We all have qualities of leadership within us. And our leadership qualities can be reflected in different ways. The basis for leadership is the fact that people admire you, respect you, inspire you, and motivate you, and trust you. And those qualities every leader has, but they can be of a different sort. So therefore, I really work for this guy, he's a great leader. Or I really work for this guy, she's a great leader. Because she works incredibly hard, she's incredibly knowledgeable, she knows everything about this particular product. She clearly eats, sleeps and drinks this particular product. So that to me is the basis for the charisma, the knowledge. There's another basis for charisma in terms of this guy, okay, he delegates a lot, he leaves us to pick up the pieces, but he's really good fun. You know, he keeps our morale high, even when things are tough. He nevertheless keeps us high because somehow, some way, just as when we're about to go down, he raises money and we keep going again. And that's the basis, therefore, another kind of leadership. There is no one model or definition of leadership or of charisma. We all have charisma, we all have leadership capabilities. The issue is that we should each be able to identify what those qualities are, which we often can't do or unable to do, and then build upon those in order to inspire, motivate, and enthuse other people. I know some, we've talked about accountants who appear to be incredibly quiet, boring, dull people, but they inspire others. That's the sort of guy we need to run this business, in order that the rest of us keep our feet on the ground. So leadership comes in different forms in different ways. The key thing for any manager in developing his or her leadership skill is to identify what quality he or she has that will motivate, inspire, and enthuse other people. The problem with our model of leadership is that it acts against the promotion prospects of other categories of employees. So you have an underutilization of talent. And the obvious example of this is women. There are now fewer women in senior leadership roles in the UK now than there were last year, 2 years, 5 years ago. Because what you will find in so many businesses, the comment will be made that Jeanette is a great salesperson, or Harriet, or Mary is a great marketing person, or a great PR person, but we don't think she has the leadership skills. And you then say to that person, why? And they'll refer to this in the back of the mind model that leadership somehow is a male quality. You've got to demolish that nonsense.
bevo.com